Hi, welcome to Big Smith News Watch. My name is Leroy Smith and we're coming to you from Laing Avenue. Laing Avenue is home to about 600 children, or just a little bit under that. And Florence Rowe has been mothering about 60 of those children. She has none of her own, but she has been using her skills to provide lessons for children who live along Laing Avenue. Florence has been doing this as a passion, no funds, no money, anything of the sort is needed. She has just been contributing to her community. So we're here in Laing Avenue. We'll speak with Florence a little later in studio, but we'll also bring to you some interviews from parents in Laing Avenue who have been are giving testimony about what the initiative of Florence means for both Laing Avenue and the children that she's taken under her wings. Welcome to Big Smith News Watch, Ms. Lowe. You've been doing you've been working on a project, but that project did not start today, it did not start last month or last year. It's been going on for a while. It just seems to be picking up momentum and steam now.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that very shortly, but before we get into that, let's have you introduce yourself to the viewers.
Okay. First of all, let me thank you for shedding some light on this initiative. My name is Florence Rowe. I am a resident of Laing Avenue. I was actually born there, and I've been working with GT&T for 15 plus years. I recently resigned because I realized that there's need for more teachers to assist the children, even with the pandemic. So here I am trying to do my part to help all the children in the area.
All right, tell me how you've been helping them now. Let's get into what you've been doing for the children in Laing Avenue.
Okay, so initially before resigning from my job, I would assist them in projects that they have for school, homeworks that their parents maybe cannot assist them with, printing of their assignments, all these things I would do while I was working. And I realized that there was a need for me to pay a little more attention to them, because when they would come to me with their homeworks or their assignments, I would find that when I asked them to read or to do something, they're actually operating at a lower grade than they're actually in. So I prayerfully prayed, fasted, asked God what to do. And what the word I got was to resign from my job. When I first got that news, that word, it was like resign from my job, and this is what I'm using to assist my finances. I'm using to assist these children. But I trust God, and I trust that whatever He starts in me is going to finish. So here I am trying to get donations and persons to assist, and even the parents to be involved in assisting to get these children to the level that they're supposed to be, because I know there's greatness in each and every one of them.
So have you been getting, or let's talk about the involvement now of the parents in what you're doing. How involved have these parents been?
Well, they can be a little more involved. I did have a little meeting with each and every one of them, emphasizing that it doesn't stop at the school, or it doesn't stop at me, but they can play their role in ensuring that they check the books of the children when they come home from school and all these things, and ensuring, of course, everything runs on donation. So I did tell them that there's no need for you to pay me, but since it's donation and since I provide a snack, if I call upon you to assist in cleaning or assist in coming to volunteer to do any work, you should make yourself available. That's the least you can do.
All right, and let's tell you very clearly that Miss Florence does not, she's not doing it, she did not get into it for the finances or so. But of course, you would appreciate that in a venture like this, assistance may be needed. You may be called upon to assist the process. And so hence that is why she's speaking now about, saying to the parents, if you're called upon, you come forward and you see what assistance you can give.
Yeah.
Now, you've been getting some amount of support from the community in terms of looking out for the children, checking the books and what's not, parents and so on.
Yeah.
Have you approached central government or agencies or so to assist this process? But before we get to that point, do you have any training as a teacher?
No, I don't have any formal training, and what I'm doing, it's not to supersede or override what the teachers that have been training and working so hard to do. I am basically just assisting the children in when they get a work at school and they maybe need a little more time to understand. That's my role, just to spend a little time more with them in that little comfortable environment, not too far from their home, so that they can feel, well, okay, I'm not in an environment where I have to get it at that point. So I give them that time, I spend a little time with them, and they usually understand before they leave. So that's my role.
Agency assistance. Any?
So the agency assistance, initially I sent a proposal to the Ministry of Education because I wanted to work directly with them in terms of whatever curriculum they're following, I follow. And I wanted their assistance in having desk and bench and a blackboard just to teach the children. Because I have a little blackboard at home that when you reach the bottom, you got to erase and go back to the top. So I wanted that camaraderie, that coordination with the ministry. I sent the proposal about a month ago, and with me calling constantly, messaging on Messenger, I got a word that, yes, it's being addressed. That was 2 weeks ago by somebody named Cindy. That's the only name I got. So since then, nothing. But then my sister, Nicola Rowe, she knows Melly Mel, who's Melissa, that I know as Melissa. She came and did a live, and from then everything went viral. In terms of persons reaching out to me from overseas, I have this person, Hazel Smith. I've never met her. She's in the States. She sent her family actually to look for me. She brought fruit juice, and she's promising to do ice cream for the children. Then I had 360 Apparel, that company. They came and they brought a new printer. They brought stationery supplies, printer paper. Then I also got some contributions from Melissa, directly from her. So I don't know the names of those persons, but the persons who I know, I mentioned their names. Also, Shamika Gomes from the US, she sent money for me to do whatever it is we need to do.
On Monday, we visited the workspace of Florence, or Teacher Florence. We're going to call you Teacher Florence. So we visited the workspace of Teacher Florence. So we'll show you some of that now. But just before we go to that, what she does is she takes the children out. Well, she'll explain that to you, but explain that to you in depth. But she takes them out of the community so that they'll be able to focus a bit better and so on. So we'll show you some clips of that, and then when we come back, you'll explain what we would have just shown the viewers. So let's take a look.
Okay, I want somebody, everybody tell me one food. F-R-I. We go to school, so fight with or
Tell us
Yeah.
about the shift system.
So we have a shift system because everybody wants to be there whole day. I would have to say, it's not your turn. Could you return home? Try to see if you have any homework to do or if you have any housework to do so that your parents won't call you when it's your time to come. So we have a shift system in terms of, right now we're dealing with the grade 6 common entrance class. They're from 9 to 3. And then we have from 3:30 to 5 o'clock, we have grades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and also nursery. And the person you featured yesterday is actually my big sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so she would
She would
hold
keep
on
the little ones. She has that patience and that grace for the little ones.
You got it, Luca. You're doing it for you. How long have you been doing it? I think you said somewhere
It's
around-
about 10 years I've been doing it. As I mentioned to you yesterday when we were talking, I basically got into this because my nieces and nephews would be writing common entrance or they would have their projects or their school assignments or whatever it is, and they would normally bring along a friend. Or sometimes I would go around and I would find out who is writing common entrance in the area. And then they would mention, okay, well, I have this friend or I have that friend. I would say, come. And this was done in my mother's living room. And then we would provide the snacks. The snacks that we were providing is not a now thing. It's something that I've been financing for years. Also, another person who would assist me was my niece, which is the person you featured yesterday, her daughter. But she moved away. She's right now pre-service for CPC to be a teacher. She also resigned from her job to do that. It's a teaching spirit.
Okay, so a teaching spirit with persons who have not been trained as teachers and so on. So that speaks a lot to community involvement and being your brother's keeper and all of these things. Of course, you can offer support to, we got to find a nice name for this thing. Let's
It's
see,
the Laing
Florence.
Avenue Learning Center.
Laing Avenue Learning Center.
Yes,
So
I did a Facebook page. I created a Facebook page, but I haven't done anything else with it.
So there's a Laing Avenue Learning Center, which Florence would have established. She doesn't have a center, so if you're looking and you believe that you can assist in making this possible, in fact, I'll probably reach out to a few contractors if we could find a nice place or a spot that they could do some work with. They have a lot of them who needs to get involved
That
in
would be
community
so great.
work. So we'll update you once we get that contractor who will be willing
Thank you.
to assist the process, so the children could have a learning space, a permanent
Yes.
learning space with all the amenities and so on. Tell us about the internet for these online classes or research and so on while you're teaching these children.
Oh, so right now I'm receiving assistance from GTT to pay for the internet, so I don't have to do that, which is good. That is used to do all the fine checking and the fact checking and all these things that we need to do. If they have assignments, that's not their time, they usually sit in a corner. And if you notice, we don't have any desk and bench. And I know initially when we did the live with Melly Mel, we asked for desk and bench and blackboard. And your feature will show that we don't have these things. I can give you an update on that. It's being built at the moment. I tried getting in touch with Melly this morning, with Melissa this morning to find out, because I saw her mention that she needs $75,000 more. But to confirm that figure this morning before I come here, I wasn't able to get in touch with her. So that is being built. So whoever would have contributed, it's in the works. Another thing too, when I established and I said I'm home, and I told the children I'm home permanently, you can come anytime. I said I don't have any desk and bench at the moment, so I'm waiting on that because I don't want you to sit on the ground. The children was like every single day. They come and they peep to the glass. You starting classes today? No, we have to wait on the desk and the bench. I don't want you to sit on the ground. Miss, we don't care if we got to sit on the ground. Well, they call me Auntie Flurry. We don't care if we got to sit on the ground. So right now it's buckets and ironing board they used to write on, and the children don't care. They just want to come to learn.
And we'll show you, well, you've seen it. What we should also let you know is that when we went into Laing Avenue on Monday, we engaged with a few of the parents who have children coming to that lessons. And we asked them, you know, how is this assisting you as a parent? How is it assisting your community? And so we have some testimonials from some of them, which we'll now show you.
The lesson has been helping a lot, right? Because he have been picking up with his reading and his spelling, right? But concerning the rest of the subject, he has improved a lot with it. And I have been proud of it.
It's a good initiative in terms of the youth in the area. And Miss Florence is doing this for a while. She's been doing this. And then I said, Ma, you know, a lot of parents should come on board and other people should come and partner with her and help her because it's helping out a lot of children in the area. A lot of children Miss Florence is being given lessons to, free of cost, no payment, nothing. And she's helping them in terms of the internet, in terms of the assignments, the SBAs, everything. And it's been helping out a lot of children. She's doing it for a while.
Well, I have my big daughter Shania Reynolds and Tracy Austin and Kirk Williams. Well, since the comedy lesson, I've seen the developing a lot from during the pandemic. I've seen the developing from with the drop off from school. Well, since the coming to the lessons at Florence, I've seen that they're doing more better from the pandemic work.
So those were some of the testimonials that we gathered yesterday or Monday while we were in Laing Avenue from parents who spoke of what they felt of the initiative of Miss Florence. Is there anything you'd like to say before we actually come to the end of this little interview in relation to what you're doing?
I just want to thank everybody who has contributed in a financial way or any tangible way or even praying for the children, because one of the things that we're actually going on, myself and my sister, Fiona, can anything good come out of Laing Avenue? And we say yes, because I did. And I know many of those children can come out of that area. To be doctors, lawyers, it's just that somebody has to believe in them. And I believe in them, and I encourage the parents and encourage everybody. It takes a village. Well, right now it takes a world or a country to deal with that. So thank you very much for your contribution, and we really appreciate it. I'm sure the children also, if they had the chance to say, they would say how much they appreciate every donation.
Where do you see this whole thing from 3 years down the line? Do you envision having a school, and then you have teachers working for you and so on? Do you envision expansion?
Because even as we speak, persons are reaching out to me, parents are reaching out to me, asking if they can send their children also. So it's getting bigger and bigger. And when I initially resigned from my job and said, this is what I'm going to do because I'm following what God said, purpose, I was thinking very small. I was just thinking the children on my block. But so far, and this was as 2 weeks now, it's growing so much, so exponentially that we would need persons in the area, even teachers, to come and volunteer and to help us, because I do reach out to persons who I know are teachers to ask, okay, so I'm teaching this particular subject and I'm seeing some blank faces. How do I go about in another way to help them? And I would get those assistance from teachers, actual teachers. So,
Give us the number that persons could reach out to you on if they wish to assist the process of what's going on in Laing Avenue.
So my cell phone number is 619-1614. Also, my landline is 225-0487. My email address is zionsamuel35@gmail.com. ZIONSAMUEL35@gmail.com.
This has been a production of the Big Smith News Watch. My name is Leroy Smith, and just to encourage you, if you have some story to share or something that you believe the public ought to know about, you could reach out to us at bigsmithnewswatch35@gmail.com, or you could reach out to the office on 223-8080.